Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. My name is Leanna Albrechtha, and I am a yoga instructor at Yoga State in Louisville, Kentucky. And I am bringing you today a nice, chill yoga flow. So we are going to move and breathe, hopefully stretch out, always looking to build a little bit of strength, but the majority of this should just feel really good. So I'll give you lots of options, modifications. Take what you need and leave the rest. This is completely your space. A big shout out to TRIMco for bringing you all of these free live workout videos. If you haven't checked them out, head over to their page, trim.co, and you'll see some awesome workouts. All right, so also there is a playlist. So if you like to kind of have some music going on in the background, go ahead and find that playlist and you can hit play on that first track. So we are going to start seated today. Cross legs or shins, up to you. So whatever's most comfortable on your hips, on your knees, all those things. And then let your eyes close. So take a moment to breathe in deeply, filling up 360. And then just let it all go. Nose or mouth, doesn't matter. Big exhale. One more time. Inhale. You'll notice yourself sitting a little taller as you breathe in. And then exhale, keep that length, but drop the weight of your body into your sits bones, into the mat a little bit more. And I just want you to notice your natural rhythm of breathing. It may be really slow, really quiet, and maybe almost hard to feel. Relax the muscles around the eyes and around the mouth. Maybe you're someone who tends to hold tension in their shoulders, and so relax that. And same thing with the hips, the glutes. Nothing is squeezed or activated. You're just simply stacking your bones, sitting straight up and down. And then we start to layer on the breath. A nice inhale through your nose. Lips stay sealed, back of the throat slightly constricted. Exhale out through your nose. So you're getting this long, full round of breath in and out. And so this is going to give you that nice chill vibe, right? That nice slow breath in and out that sends all these great signals to the body. I read a quote recently that said, deep breaths are like little love notes to your body. Take one more big inhale. Exhale out through your nose, and then you can gently blink your eyes open. Go ahead and sweep those arms up overhead. Take a big breath in. You can look up at your hands, and then exhale, pull your hands down to heart center. Do that one more time. Big inhale, reach the arms far away from you, reach up. Exhale, pull your hands to heart center. Go ahead and lower your hands back to your thighs. Drop your chin to your chest. And then roll your right ear to your right shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder. And exhale, chin to chest. Again, to the right. Chin to chest, breathe out. And to the left. And breathe out. Good. Come back up through center. Take that left arm up and over into a nice big side stretch in your body. Try to keep your left sit bone grounded. It's going to want to pop up. Soften the shoulders so they're not up in your ears. And then reach through your top arm as you come up through center to change sides. Bring the right arm up and over, bringing lots of space into that right side body. Ground the right sit bone. Soften the shoulders and breathe. Good. Bring it back up through center. Taking a stretch, bring that right arm across the body. Just give it a gentle pull. Just starting to stretch out the arms, shoulders. Any tension that may be lingering, right? We're in the middle of the week, so we just want to start to notice where the body's at. Maybe you've pushed it a lot this week and just use this to kind of use it as recovery, or maybe you've taken it slow and this is the start of kind of pushing into the rest of the week. Bring that right arm back over the head. You're gonna let your elbow bend, place the hand to the middle of the back, and then just slowly, gently start to pull that elbow to the center of the body, sitting up really tall. Good, and gently release, and then bring that left arm across the body. So these chill flows can kind of be your jump start to be like, okay, let's get moving. I'm gonna get stretched out and then we're gonna get going. Or again, it's a nice recovery. So just no matter what, it should feel good in the body. Keep breathing. If anything causes you pain, back out of it and either find a different approach to get in, or I'll give you some other modifications. Back over the head, bend the elbow, hand comes to the middle of the back, lift up, and gently pull that elbow over to the midline of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, release and let those arms go. You're gonna come into tabletop, hands and knees. We're gonna start to get our whole spine flowing and moving now. Just set up shoulders on top of wrists, hips on top of knees. Take a nice big inhale, open the belly of the chest, arching your back. And then exhale, curl your spine, tuck your tailbone, and look up between your belly, or at your belly button. Good, again, drop the belly, open the heart, the chest. Exhale, curl your spine, tuck your tailbone, push your hands down, making your arms really long. 2 more, inhale. And exhale, try to get big range of motion in your spine. Don't worry about what you look like. 1 more, big inhale. It's all about feeling the body, the breath, and big exhale. Good, sink it back into a child's pose, feet together, knees wide, and just walk those arms forward. You can really soften your forehead to the earth. Let your belly relax between your thighs. Let your arms feel heavy, the fronts of the hips heavy. And then whatever part of your body is connecting with the earth, just soften it even more. Now you're still breathing right in and out through your nose. Take a walk with your hands over to the right. You may even pick up your belly and place it over the right thigh. I like to be up on fingertips here. I call them little gecko hands, that your palms are lifted and just your fingertips are kind of tenting as you reach your arms over to the right. This allows the arms to get a little longer and straighter. Of course, it's always an option to soften the forearms and the forehead as well. Take it over to the left. Again, pick up that belly, place it over the left thigh so you can get a big stretch over on that right side body. And again, choose if you want to be up on fingertips or down. One is no better than the other. When I give options and modifications, there is not, one that is the perfect one or the one that works. It's really what your body needs, and day to day that is different. So keep listening. Walk it back through center, and then go ahead and come up into tabletop, and we're going to step our feet back into our first plank. This is a great way to set up your downward facing dog. I know we all love planks, so just take that moment to ground the hands down, to lift your heart up, to just be here, creating that little bit of heat right off the bat in the core, in your legs, and even down through your arms and hands. Now, keeping your hands and feet in this distance apart from each other, go and pick up those hips and lift them up and back. Now, maybe for some of you, it's a very small step forward, but for the most part, you want to keep your hands and feet really wide away from each other. Then we can tilt those sits bones up to the sky and start to create that upside down V shape in your body. Go ahead and start to walk out your dog. Bend your right knee a lot and then bend your left knee a lot and just move side to side. Now let your fingertips, your knuckles take some weight. Let your feet take a lot of the weight, pushing your spine, everything back into your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. One more in and out. And then inhale, you'll start to look forward at your hands. You're going to walk your feet or tiptoe your way to the top of your mat behind your wrists. Let your knees soften, grab opposite elbows, and just hang. So we're not looking for, the perfect, most straight leg forward fold here. We're looking for release and surrender. So the knees are soft. Your elbows are hanging heavy. Your head is heavy. You may sway from side to side, shake your head yes and no. Look at the world upside down, right? It's just a change of perspective. Letting gravity do the majority of the work here for you. Release those hands to the mat. Heel toe your feet a little closer together, but still not to touching. Soft knees, heavy head, roll up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Stacking your spine, low, mid, and upper back. And then sweep the arms about the top. And just take a moment to look up between your hands. I want you to really push the feet down into the earth. Get energy moving up through your legs, up through your core, and then up through your fingertips and your focus. Standing tall, taking up your space. And then when you exhale next, forward fold, crease up the hips, and dive your way all the way back forward. Halfway lift, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold and soften. We're going to do two more, hopefully going a little bit deeper. Inhale, pull the spine really long, and then try to hold that length as you fold and go a little bit deeper. You've got one more. Halfway lift, push and lengthen. Exhale, fold, and go deeper. Good. Step your right foot back to a low lunge. Go ahead and just twist open to the left. Should feel pretty nice. If you need to put the back knee down, that's a great option. Otherwise, you can keep the back knee lifted, but just twist the spine open to the sky. And then bring that hand back down. Step it back to a plank. So send that foot back. Feel free to lower your knees to the mat. Tuck your elbows in and lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your hands where they are. Untuck your toes. Lift your chest for cobra. Tops of the feet press. Heart is lengthening forward and up for 3. Hug your elbows a little tighter. 2. Lower your chest on 1. Press back to child's pose. And then tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog, right? Back to kind of our home base. So down dog or child's pose are definitely your home base for your practice. Go ahead and lift your right leg high. Try not to lift your right hip. It's such a habit that we just want to get our leg really high, but I would rather you drop that hip down and then activate the back of the leg and let that strength build. Go ahead and pull your knee to your nose and step your foot between your hands. You're going to heel toe your foot to the outside edge of your mat. So right pinky toe is lined up with the side of your mat. Hands are down, really grounded under your shoulders. You're going to drop your hips, open your heart and chest as much as you can. And then imagine your belly is being scooped up. So pull the hips up, round your spine, drop your head, and then go back down again. Hips are opening. The back knee may not come down, that's okay. And then scoop the core like a big cat pose. And you're going to do it 2 more times. So inhale to open the chest, proud chest. And then exhale, curl up away from the mat, pushing down. Last one. Inhale to open up. Exhale to close it off. And then turn all 10 toes to the left. And you can move into a wide forward fold. We're going to twist our forward fold today. So go ahead and leave your right hand down on the mat. And start to pick your left arm up. Nice big twist. Now, if this kind of gets into the shoulder and you feel it not so much in the core, then bring your hand to your hip. Sometimes this is where I need to be to just make sure that twist is coming from the low belly and it's not coming from cranking that arm up to the sky. And then lower to change sides. Lower the left hand to the mat, bringing that right hand either up to the sky or to your hip. Let it come from the low belly and then work its way up through the spine. Those feet are grounding. You're breathing. 3, 2, and then all the way down into your forward fold. Go ahead, take a moment to just soften over those legs. Check in that all the weight isn't back in your heels, right? Move a little weight back forward into the balls of your feet. And then flat back, arms go wide. You're going to really use the backs of your legs here, your core. Slowly pick yourself up to standing. Good, you're going to spin your right toes forward into a warrior 2 and sink down into those legs. Now, if you're back up against a wall, you'd feel those pinky fingers against the wall. You'd feel those outer thighs pressing back and then sinking down into those legs. I want you to look over your right hand and breathe for 3, 2, 1 more inhale because you can. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands in the mat. Step it back to a downward facing dog. Now you can stay in down dog. You can be in child's pose or shift it forward into your plank and feel free to take your modification, whether you're lying halfway or all the way down into a up dog or cobra. And then back to a down dog or child's pose. You find your flow. Big breath in, full breath out. That left leg is going to go high. Remember, don't lift the hip. Work the leg up from the strength of the back of the leg, the strength of your core, holding your hips stable. And then step your left foot forward between your hands. Go and heel toe that left foot out of the way to the left edge of your mat. Hands are down on the earth. Go ahead and drop those hips. Open your heart, your chest. Exhale, curl your spine and pick it back up. Drop your chin and curl. 2 more. Inhale, drop and open. Exhale, curl and lift. So the majority of work really is coming from the legs, like you picking up your hips. Your hands are just there kind of supporting you underneath your shoulders. Let's actually go 1 more. And lift up. But then you're going to turn all those toes to the right, pointing to the long edge side of your mat. And just take a nice deep fold. This time we're going to walk our hands over to the right foot. Go ahead and grab onto that right foot as far over as you can take it. Take a nice deep fold and breathe. And walk it over to the left foot. Hang on. Take it as far as you can go and breathe. And bring it back to center. Again, we go slow. Arms go wide to a T. You lengthen your spine. Push your feet down slowly. Stand up, forcing those hamstrings to work. Left toes point forward. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Sink down into those legs. Look over your front hand. And again, just imagine that connection to a wall behind you, right? We're not only connected to the visual side of the front of our body, but we need to have the ability to feel the back side of the body as well. Breathe. You've got 1 more inhale. Cartwheel your hands to the mat as you exhale. Step it back to downward facing dog. Now again, down dog is enough. Child's pose is enough. Or shift it forward to a plank, and it's also enough to lower into chaturanga or down to your belly, lifting into cobra or upward facing dog, and then back to downward facing dog. And just like the beginning, you're going to tiptoe your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and breathe in. Forward fold and breathe out. Go and step your left foot back to a low lunge. And again, take that nice big twist to the right. So you can lower your back knee down or not. Just open up and wring out the belly. All right, 3, 2, and bring that right hand to the mat. Good. Step it back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. So journey to the back. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold and breathe out. Come all the way up to standing. Big inhale, sweep up. Heel toe your feet a little closer and sit back into chair pose at the back of your mat. So weights back in your heels, lengthen your spine, lift those arms up by the sides of the ears. Sit nice and low. Breathe for 3. A little bit lower. Breathe for 2. A little bit lower for 1. And then come all the way up to standing, hands at heart center. Good, so you're going to come to tree pose. You can come to the middle of the mat or wherever you feel comfortable. You're going to start with that right leg up at your inner thigh or down at the calf. So essentially above or below the knee is what we're going for. Hands are at heart center. Press the foot against the leg back against the foot. And then again, just like that first time we stood tall at the top of our mat, push the left foot down into the earth and then lift up, elongate away from that left foot. With your hands at heart center, your thumbs may be able to feel your heart beating. You may be able to feel when your body fills up with breath and empties out. And your eyes are on one spot. And we're going to challenge ourselves by moving to a second balance. You're going to move into eagle. So you're going to slide this right thigh over the left thigh, bending both knees. These right toes can be kickstand, or you can wrap them around the back of the left ankle. And then the arms. One option is to grab opposite shoulders. Second option is to bring the right arm elbow under the left. Wrap up the arms until the palms meet. And then you sink and breathe. wobble, you fall out, you get back in, and eventually we release. Good work. Changing sides. Pull those hands at heart center, bring that left foot up above or below the knee. Right, we don't push on the knee because our knee likes to go forward. It doesn't like to move to the side as much. So lift it above or below and then settle in. Again, make a connection with your right foot. That right foot is grounding. The whole foot's pushing down into the mat. And then you can actually lift your body up away from that grounding of your right foot to create more space, to be able to breathe. Again, can you be so present that those thumbs may be able to feel a heartbeat or a breath entering and exiting the body? Into eagle on the left. Left leg crosses over, left arm comes under. Or again, guys, you can grab opposite shoulders. Get down into that eagle. Breathe. Gently start to release back through center and let that go 2 feet to the mat. Good, go ahead and bring your hands to heart center and you can walk your way up to the top of your mat. Nothing fancy, just walk your way up. Sweep the arms up to the top, big inhale, go and fold over those legs, take a big exhale out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold and step your left foot back to a low lunge. Now you can either put your back knee down or keep it lifted. I want you to come all the way up into a high crescent lunge. Yeah, so front knee is on top of the ankle, back heel is popped up nice and high. Take a moment to just arrive. Fingertips up, feet down, breath in and breath out. One more breath in, bring your hands in the mat. You're just going to change your legs. Big step forward and your right foot steps back. And again, sweep it up, either high lunge where the back knee is lifted or low lunge with your back knee down. Sink down into the legs, feel that back heel lift, feel your front knee get on top of the thigh, on top of the ankle. Lengthen up through your fingertips, down through your feet, hold and breathe. Notice if your shoulders are holding tension, let that go. And then bring your hands around your front foot. This time step back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Bringing your knees down to the mat for tabletop to thread your needle. So your right arm is going to go high. Take a nice big inhale as you reach up and twist. And then bring your right arm on the inside edge of your wrist as you lower your right temple or face down to the mat. Now, if this feels like a bit much, you can always drop your hips back into a child's pose and then bring your arm back by your knees. Otherwise, you'll stay up nice and high, and maybe the left arm extends forward for you today. If not forward, then it can stay by the face or it can wrap behind your back to your right hip crease, which is going to cause a little bit more of a twist in the spine. So if that's something you're looking for, hand behind the back is a nice place to be. Return your left hand back by the side of the face. Push down to come out of your twist. Right arm lifts high. And then lower that hand to the mat. Now you're going to tuck your left toes under, stepping it back, and then swing your shins forward into your pigeon pose on the right side. So gently start to lower those hips down. Now again, it's not a competition of how far you can get your shin forward. It's just a gauge. So the closer your foot is into your pelvis, it's a little less on the hip, which can be really nice some days. Other days, we have the flexibility or space to be able to push that shin closer to parallel. Again, day by day, it's different. So notice where that is for you, what you need, and then sink down into your body. Maybe you create a pillow with your fists, with an actual pillow. Maybe some of you are at home. Grab that pillow and soften. Now, if you just can't get out of the pain in maybe your knee, your hip, your ankle, it's just too much to handle, you're going to lay onto your back, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and you can give yourself a gentle pull into what we call a figure 4 stretch. Okay, so any variation of your hip opener is welcome. We're just going to be here a little bit longer, so I want you to get right down into that deep breathing. And then slowly start to lift your chest, and we're going to make our way back into tabletop hands and knees. So you can adjust yourself back, this kind of the same way you got in. Come back into tabletop, make sure you're stacked, and then lift your left arm high and twist open to the left. Threading that left arm under, either right by the wrist, or if the hips are down, then back by the knees. Palm faces up, gentle push to the back of the arm down into the earth, and then choose what you want to do with your right arm. It truly is, anything is available to you. It's optional, whether you extend it, wrap it behind your back, or keep it tucked in by the side of the face. And then bring the right hand back in by the side of the face if it's not already. Push down to lift up, same way you got in. And then lower that hand to the mat. Tuck your right toes under behind you, extending that leg to lift, and then swing your left shin forward. And then slowly start to sink down. I always like to extend my leg further and further back behind me to gain more space. And then you can fold, you can rest onto your back. You can find a pillow to rest your forehead on, whether it's your own fist, the earth, a block, whatever you have available to you. And again, you're slowly just going to sink into that stretch. Take some nice deep rounds of breath. And slowly start to lift your chest back up. And this time we're going to swing our legs around to the front of your mat. Swing them all the way around. Come up on your sits bones, and then go ahead and lift your legs up off the mat into a boat pose. So plug your shoulders into your back, open your heart and chest. You can keep holding on to the thighs, or you can try it on to let go. You can also try to straighten one leg. You can try to straighten both legs. Hold your boat pose, Navasana. We're here for 5. 4, try to keep it forward on those sits bones. 3, 2, and then slowly lower all the way down to your back. Good work. Hug that right knee into your chest. Give it a nice gentle hug. And sweep it across your body to the left. Just gaze right or up. Not here for long. Just a nice gentle cleanse to finish the practice. It's always a bonus when you get a little crack or a pop, getting things back into place. Come back through center. Send your right leg long. Hug your left knee into your chest. Give it a nice hug. And same thing, you can slide that leg across the body. I always scoot the bottom hip under a little bit, so feel free to stack those hips a little bit more. Looking upward to the left, taking that nice deep stretch. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Bringing it back into center. Coming into a happy baby pose. Feet go up to the sky. Grab onto the feet, the ankles, your big toes, whatever your preference is here. Put a little smile on your face. It's just yoga, and this is happy baby, and it's silly, and it should feel pretty okay. Yeah, just lengthening out your spine, sinking into those hips. Bringing out a little bit of our inner child. And then you can hug your knees into the chest when you're ready. Wrap yourself around the front of the shins and give yourself a nice big hug. Releasing into Shavasana. So we're just here for a little over a minute. So I just want you to sink down heavy into the back of the body. Starting with the muscles in the face, completely relax. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Any back part of the body that you feel touching the earth, let it get a little heavier. Imagine it softening down into the mat. And then your breath goes back to normal, right to your natural rhythm of breathing. We stay mindful and aware of where our thoughts kind of attach to or wander off to. Breathe in and breathe out. And if you have the time, you're more than welcome to stay here longer. We are slowly going to start to bring life back into the body by wiggling fingers and toes. And then go ahead and roll over to the right side of your body into a comfortable fetal position. And as you roll over, press your left hand into the mat and peel yourself up to a seat. Same way we began, cross legs or shins, hands at heart center. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center, point between the eyebrows for kind thoughts. Bring your thumbs to your lips for kind words. And thumbs at heart center, honoring your practice and your body because it is enough. Together we bow forward and say namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that your body feels good, that your mind is in a nice calm place. Again, a big shout out to TRIMco for allowing us to put out these classes. It's really amazing. And again, my name is Liana Brekta and I'm a teacher at Yoga State. So I hope you feel like you're at the middle of your week. You can go on through the rest of your week and just do the best things you can do with your life possible. All right, guys, thank you. Have a fantastic Wednesday.